Hola, mi gente. Joe Barreto back with you at the Credit Card Connection. I'm so glad you can join me. Well, mi gente, sometimes you got to know when to fold them. Sometimes you got to let go of a card that's been pretty good or decent because things have changed either in your personal life, your business life, or just in your natural spend. And contrary to what a lot of people say, it's okay to cancel the card, especially if there's no real downgrade option for you, right? Why carry around a card that's just dead weight when you could fill it up with something else? So today, I'm going to go into a card that I had to cancel in order to pick up another card that hopefully this year is going to bring me more value because I'm planning on things to change somewhat in my personal and business life. So do me a favor, check out the referral links below. Hit that like and subscribe. Sit back, relax, and let's jump into it. So, mi gente, back in May 2023, I opened up my first ever Marriott Bonvoy business card. Now, this card had a $25,000 credit limit, which is huge for a business card. It was a solid card. The sign up back then, if I'm not mistaken, for this, I was getting 125,000 Marriott Bonvoy points for 5,000 spend in 3 months, which wasn't terrible by any means. I was able to get that, meet to spend pretty quick. I did buy with that my cameras and so on that I've been using for the last year and a half or so. So it did, you know, meet the spend. It did meet the requirements that I needed at the time. And I was able to take advantage of it. And I'm going to show you now what that card offered and why I got it. Then I'm going to show you what I kind of exchanged it for. And you'll see in a minute why I had to do what I had to do. I didn't necessarily want to do it altogether 100%. I'm being honest with you. You guys know I'm always open, honest, and transparent. I'll tell you exactly what my thought process was. But I'm going to bring up to the screen in a minute what this card now is offering. And it's still offering the 125,000 Marriott Bonvoy points. But now here's the thing, $8,000 spend. That's a lot of spend in 6 months. So I didn't have that type of spend. And this is as of recording Sunday, March 2nd at 5:15. So if you notice, I literally did this 17 minutes ago or so to just show you guys. And the APR has gone down. It's 19.9 and so on. So again, not a bad pickup from a points. It's not, I don't believe, the highest ever, but 125 is solid. What kills me is the $8,000 spend in 6 months. That's a lot of spend for a card of this nature, where you're going to see in a few why I needed to cancel it. Now, here are where it earns, and it's not a terrible earner. You're going to get 6 times at any Marriott property for eligible purposes on hotels in their program, and 4 times, which is pretty strong, on restaurants worldwide, gas stations, US gas stations. Okay. They're very specific about that. Wireless telephone services purchased directly from US service providers, and on US purchases for shipping, and 2 times on everything else. Again, not a bad multiplier across the board, especially for a co-branded hotel card. Now, so like I said, this card did offer me what I needed at that time, and the credit limit they gave me was huge. So it did actually help when I was starting out the business with my business credit score, which went from a 21. So it's 0 to 100 for business. So I started at a 21 and I was up to an 83 overall for a business score out of 100, which is huge. It's basically equivalent to an excellent credit score on your FICO score for personal credit. So here's what happens, guys. Amex has this rule that you can have 5 credit cards of theirs, okay? Co-branded credit cards or their own credit cards. And I have also 3 charge cards. So I have a total of 8. Now, the charge cards don't count against that 5 credit card limit. So here's what happened. I'm now planning to travel more. I wanted to dip my toes into the Delta Airlines system. Never flown Delta Airlines before. Okay. So, in order for me to get the Delta card, which is right here, so I got the Delta Gold business card, I needed to let go of a card. And the card that actually had no spend on it the last 6 or 7 months and kind of just sat there, even though it had $125 a year to keep the card. So the Marriott Bonvoy was the first one and the easiest one to let go of. So I did. I canceled it. And because there was no real downgrade option for me to cancel the Marriott Bonvoy card. It's not like there was a lesser version of a business card. It had to be a business card that I could kind of downgrade to, and there was nothing for me there to do. So I just canceled it. Okay. No impact on my score, on my credit score, no impact any way, shape, or form, nothing. Even my business score remained the same because Delta gave me a $13,500 credit limit with it. And I'm going to go into the reasons why I picked up the Delta card. And you're going to say on one of them, wow, this doesn't make any sense. The other card looked like it offered more. And you will be right, but I'll explain to you the method to my madness here. So I'm going to bring up now Delta's um, recent offer. And my understanding is that this is one of the best offers that Delta has had on their business gold card in a long time. The normal offer is 60,000 miles. They were offering 90,000 miles, okay? With spending 6,000 in 6 months of card membership. Now the offer ends April 2nd, so about a month literally from today. Today's March 2nd as I go to record this, and there's an zero introductory annual fee for the first year, and then it's $150. That's one of the reasons why I went with this card. As I told you, the Marriott Bonvoy was 125. This card right now in year one is zero. It gives me the ability to try out an airline, see how that works for me, see how the connections, especially going to Florida, how that would work out for me. And because I have the Amex Business Platinum card, depending on the ticket I buy on Delta, I can access the lounges as well. They're Delta lounges. So that's one of the reasons why I did pick up this card. Now I'm going to show you the earnings. Here's where you're going to say, what the heck did you just do? And again, you're going to be right about that. Basically, you're only going to get 2 times on Delta purchases at restaurants, on purchases on UX shipping providers, which doesn't do me any good. I'll get 2 times on advertising on select media up to $50,000 per category a year. That's something that I can tap into. And then 1 times on everything else. So you're like, wait a minute, where's the savings? What's the value? Well, I can get the 2 times on Delta purchases, at the restaurants and so on, and Delta purchases on tickets. But I can take advantage of the advertising because I do a lot of the marketing and stuff for the channel, and I could use that for this card. Will I? Not necessarily, but it's there nonetheless. Now, here's one of the benefits. If you fly Delta, first check bag free. As a benefit to card membership, check your first bag free. Up to 9 passengers on the same reservation. Okay. So that's pretty good. I mean, let's be honest with you. Right now, with check bag fees being anywhere from $35 to $50 a shot, this will save me quite a bit on that particular spend if I'm going to check bags. Priority boarding, zone 5. I, again, never flown with Delta. Don't know exactly what zone 5 means, but if it's in order, zone 1 through 4 are going to beat me to it. So I don't know how great zone 5 priority boarding is going to be, but what the heck. They'll also give me $200 Delta flight credit on my next trip if I spend up to $10,000 in a card calendar year. You also get a percentage off if you start using um, Delta Stays. They're going to give you credit for that of $150. And you're also then going to get um, the ability to save actually a percentage on flights up to 15%. So again, just I want to try this Delta Airlines ecosystem out. I've never flown them, heard good things about them. So this was the only way that I was able to really jump into this card with a high enough offer that my understanding is should give me a good number of trips for free, especially after I meet the spend requirement, again, which isn't terrible. 6,000 in 6 months. It's pretty easy to hit just with my, taxes and so on. That'll go by really quick. But this is a case in which you need to cancel a card to get another one, especially if the card issuer has that set in their rules on the number of cards you could have opened at one time. So to make room, what I did was when I applied, I got a notification saying that I would be receiving a letter because it was pending. And I already knew that meant that I met the limit because this has happened to me with other Amex cards in the past. When I called, they said, yes, once you meet, you delete one of your cards, just call us back. We have this card on file as if it would have been approved, but we can't approve you until you get rid of one of the other cards. So that's what I did. So goodbye, Marriott Bonvoy, which again, when I forgot to mention to you guys, because I have the Amex Platinum, even though the Marriott Bonvoy business gave me gold status, I still have the gold status with um, Marriott. So not a big loss there. This, at least, if the Delta Sky Miles card doesn't feel good for me or it's not a good fit next year, I'll just change it to a different type of business card or just drop it altogether without paying an annual fee this year. So I'm getting a break of sorts on my annual fee because I'm not paying the one from Marriott. So this is just one of those instances. If you got to cancel a card, cancel it. No harm, no foul, especially if it's a business card. It should not have any effect whatsoever on your personal side. So, mi gente, I thank you as always. You could be anywhere else. You chose to be here with me. But more than anything else, I thank you for giving me the privilege of your time. Until next time, mi gente, take care.